Hello, welcome to this time English news service from KHURSHID Global TV channel. Turkish authorities will deport close to 600 illegal Afghan migrants in eastern Turkey back to Kabul this weekend, the Interior Ministry said on Saturday. The Afghan migrants had crossed into Turkey through Iran due to ongoing terrorist activities and economic troubles in Afghanistan. The ministry said and security forces had handed the migrants over to provincial immigration authorities. It said deportation procedures had been completed for 591 migrants in the eastern province of Erzurum, and the charter flights to Kabul would be arranged on Saturday and Sunday to send the migrants back. Rights groups have criticized Turkey for deporting migrants back to conflict-torn countries, including Afghanistan, saying it was putting their lives at risk. This week, the Hurriyet newspaper reported that several thousand Afghan migrants had crossed into Turkey in recent months and had walked for days from the border to reach Erzurum. 14 people were killed when a bus carrying a junior hockey team collided with a truck in Saskatchewan, Canadian media reported. 14 other people on the bus transporting the Humboldt Broncos were injured in the crash late on Friday and taken to the hospitals throughout the Tisdall area, about 300 kilometers north of Regina, the Canadian press reported. Authorities told the Canadian press the crash occurred at about 5 p.m. when a truck collided with the bus. The team was headed to play in Game 5 of a playoff series against the Nipawin Hawks. The news sent shockwaves through the hockey mad nation, with condolences pouring in from former hockey players, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and others. A Palestinian journalist died on Saturday after being wounded by Israeli fire on Friday while covering deadly protests along the Israel-Gaza border, health officials said. Yasser Murtaja 30, a cameraman from Palestinian Ain Media, was the 29th Palestinian killed in the week-long protests. Photos showed Murtaja laying wounded on a stretcher, wearing a navy blue protective vest marked "Press" in large black capital letters. Health officials said a live bullet had penetrated the side of his abdomen and to his wounded in hospital. The daily protest, dubbed the Great March of Return, began on March 30 along the Israel-Gaza frontier, reviving a long-standing demand for the right of return of Palestinian refugees to towns and villages from which their families fled or were driven out when the State of Israel was created. Mali's army said on Saturday it had killed 14 jihadi suspects who were trying to escape detentions in its central region, the latest in a string of killings by the armed forces that have provoked condemnation from right groups. The military said in a statement that the suspects had been arrested in Dura on April 5 and were killed the following day. The statement is likely to draw the attention of human rights groups which have accused the security forces of carrying out summary execution in their campaign to secure central Mali, which has been plagued by violent Islamists and ethnic militias. Amnesty International raised the alarm this week over reports that 6 people found dead in a mass grave in the central Mopti region in March had been arrested by the military 3 days earlier. That was all from English News Service of KHURSHID Global TV channel. Thank you for watching us. Wish you have a good night. Bye.